Hi everyone, it's Laura from Divine Light Yoga. Today I'm talking about how you can take your children from very high volume, high energy to within moments, getting them to quieten down into a more relaxed and peaceful state. The first way, super easy tool in order to take them from really high volume to being quiet, focused, and engaged is using an auditory cue. I would suggest using something that will get their attention, is loud enough to go over their volume, but also feels quite peaceful for you. It could be a quick ding of a singing bowl or some sort of chime or bell. It's a soothing sound, but it's loud enough to get their attention. So before you start your session, introduce this to children. As soon as they hear the bell ding, then they know that that means that they have to freeze, they have to pause their body movements, they have to pause their voices by being quiet or silent and fully engaged on what you're asking them to do. Make sure you introduce this right at the beginning of your session. And with the younger children, you can even check their comprehension by making it into a little bit of a game. So you ding the bell and get them to freeze. And then they practice again by talking, chatting, moving around, and they ding the bell and they freeze. So making it into a game so that it is a playful, positive behavior management tool to get them from being high energy, high volume into a little bit more quiet, focused, and engaged. So first one is using an auditory tool or an auditory cue. Second one is a pose. It's what I call lazy starfish and is one of my favorite partner poses, getting them from really high energy, even if they're teenagers or whether they're 3 or 4 years old. It's a great partner pose enjoyed by all that can take them from high energy, loud volume to quiet, calm, and focused. This involves one child being in child's pose, and then their partner lays on top of them back to back. So they could even be sat on the floor, just resting their back on the child that's in child's pose. So you have one person in child's pose, and you have their partner lying on top of them back to back. So the partner that's on top is actually lying like a starfish, so they can stretch their legs out, stretch their arms out. I then encourage them to quietly use a breath, a big belly breath, so that the partner who's in child's pose is breathing very deeply and gently lifting up the starfish, the person who's on top, just using their breath. Now, if you have a big group and they're really overstimulated or very loud, it might be that rather than using a quiet belly breath, you use a humming bee breath. If you're not familiar with the humming bee breath, it's where they make a sound of a bee. It's a long exhalation, sounds a little bit like this. Then they make it a lot longer. So again, this is a really quick, easy, fun, and playful way to manage the children's behavior, taking them from high energy, high volume, to quiet, calm, and focused. So they're just 2 techniques. We have a partner yoga pose called Lazy Starfish, and we have an auditory cue, such as a bell or a singing bowl, in which they have to pause, freeze their voices, freeze their bodies, taking them from this high energy, high volume, which when children get overexcited and they're enjoying their classes, quite often the volume increases and increases and increases. And as the teacher, especially in a yoga space, we need to have those tools just to bring it down a little bit, especially if we're starting to prepare them for relaxation or meditation. So try those 2 quick tools in which you can take them from high volume to low volume, from high energy to focused and engaged. Try them out. Sometimes they're just those transitional cues that only take 1 or 2 minutes. And then let us know how that goes for you. Either hop over to our Facebook community, or you can post underneath this video to let us know how those 2 tools went for you, or let us know what your favorite tool is to take children from high volume to quiet and calm. We always love to share, so if you have a valuable tool, please do share it with us over here at Divine Light Yoga. Now, if you're interested to learn more and continue your learning journey with me and our Divine Light Yoga community, try one of our online courses or our residential course. If you're struggling with behavior management, which is something that I hear many yoga and meditation teachers if you're struggling with behavior management, which I find many parents, yoga and meditation teachers are really finding challenging, then check out my 2-hour masterclass on positive and playful behavior management strategies that are specifically for the yoga space. You can check that out online through the link below.